The fractions that I have gone through with you earlier, they are all proper. What if the fraction is improper? We need to use long division first. Let's look at step number 1, which is the most important step. For a given fraction f of x over g of x, if the degree of the numerator f of x is more than or equal to the degree of the denominator g of x, then we say that the fraction f of x over g of x is improper. Because the fraction f of x over g of x is improper, in step number 2, we need to perform long division first, where your dividend is the numerator f of x and your divisor is the denominator g of x. We divide f of x by g of x, we get the quotient q of x and the remainder r of x. From here, we get f of x equals to g of x times q of x plus r of x. Basically, in step number 3, this is the dividend equals to divisor times quotient plus remainder that we have learnt before. In step number 4, we are going to divide both the left side and right side of the equation by g of x, which is the denominator of this fraction. We get this equation over here, f of x over g of x equals to q of x plus r of x over g of x. Why did we divide both the left side and right side of this equation by g of x? This is because now, for this equation over here, the left hand side is the fraction f of x over g of x, which can be expressed as the sum of the polynomial q of x and the fraction r of x over g of x, which is proper. That is exactly what we want. Proper. Let's proceed to step number 5. Now that the fraction r of x over g of x is proper, we check whether the denominator g of x has linear factor, repeated linear factor, or quadratic factor which cannot be factorized, and we follow the previous method again. The previous method meaning the things that I have taught you in the previous few video lectures. Let's go through some examples of fractions that are improper. For this fraction over here, we can see that the degree of the numerator is 2, which is equal to the degree of the denominator, which is 2. Therefore, this fraction over here is improper. For this fraction over here, the degree of the numerator is 3, which is more than the degree of the denominator, which is 2. Therefore, for this fraction over here, it is improper as well. What I want you to learn from this video lecture is that for fractions that are improper, you need to perform long division first. In the next video lecture, I will be going through a practice question on how we tackle fractions that are improper by performing long division first.